The vampire invited me into a bathtub surrounded by candles, full of roses, and Deftones playing in the background. I'm not saying I'd say yes, but I'd definitely not say no. Because today we're talking about one of the most sexiest, weirdest, and misunderstood vampire movies ever made. And honestly, I don't care what anybody says. I love it. Hello, boys and girls, witches and vampires, goblins and ghouls, and welcome to the nightmare. Hey guys, welcome back to Don't Mess with Jess. And today we're diving into Queen of the Damned from 2002, a gothic vampire film directed by Michael Reimer, based loosely on Anne Rice's novels, The Vampire Lestat and Queen of the Damned. And I say loosely, because if you've read the books, this is very much its own thing. So the film follows Lestat, a vampire who decides he's done hiding in the shadows and instead becomes a full-blown rock star. And yeah, that's the film. And honestly, that's part of why I love it. But by going public, by blasting his existence into the world, he awakens something ancient. Queen Akasha, the very first vampire. And she doesn't just wake up, she chooses him. While a group of older vampires and a human named Jesse try to understand what's happening and, of course, survive it. Now, this is where the film splits people. Because if you're expecting Interview with a Vampire, this is not that. This film leans hard into early 2000s goth, nu metal, Rockstar energy. It's less historical gothic drama and more dark fantasy music video. And I actually think that's what makes it special. What I love most about this film is the vibe and the atmosphere. The music, the sexiness of it. It's not just a story, it's an entire mood. One of my absolute favorite scenes is, of course, the bathtub scene with Lestat and Akasha, with Deftones' Change playing in the background. Everything about it, the lighting, the roses, the soundtrack, the tension, it's just perfect. And then you've got that scene when Akasha walks into the vampire club and just absolutely destroys everything. She literally rips out a vampire's heart and sets everyone in the whole place on fire. And Akasha just walks out like it's nothing. That moment is power. That's when you realize she's not just a villain, she's a force. And we need to talk about Aaliyah because she plays Queen Akasha. And honestly, she owns this film, and this was actually her final role. She tragically passed away in a plane crash at just 22 years old before the film could be released. And that adds something really emotional to this film, because every time she's on screen, you truly feel it. She's powerful, she's calm, and she's hypnotic. And it's absolutely heartbreaking knowing what happened. And after her death, her brother actually helped complete some of her voice work for the movie, using vocal techniques to match her voice, which is just incredible and truly sad at the same exact time.
Queen of the Damned, that was like a full-on dream role. I am a person that loves Egypt. I'm a little bit obsessed with Egyptian things. My whole apartment in New York has like Egyptian paintings, Egyptian rugs, books, everything on Egypt. I love it. Love the culture. I think it's absolutely beautiful. And I love vampires. One of my favorite vampire films was Lost Boys when I was very young. In love with that film. Any vampire film, I'm there to see it. I've always been intrigued by vampires. I don't know, I think I'm a little bit of a vampire myself. I love the night, things like that. So Akasha was perfect. She's this Egyptian queen, this evil vampire. And when I read the script, I read the script while I was shooting Romeo, and I said, I have to have this. Whatever I have to do to get it, I'm gonna do, I'm gonna work.
Now, behind the scenes, there's actually some really interesting stuff. Aaliyah was actually the first person cast in the film because she loved vampire mythology and Egyptian history. Stuart Townsend, who plays Lestat, was originally cast as Aragorn in Lord of the Rings and was replaced after just a few days of filming, which is really mad if you think about it. And the music in this film is a huge part of its identity. Jonathan Davis from the band Korn actually did the Lestat singing voice for this film, but because of contract issues, He couldn't appear on the official soundtrack album, so his songs were performed by artists such as Marilyn Manson, Chester Bennington, and David Draymond, which honestly just adds to that early 2000s energy. And fun fact, Jonathan Davis actually has a cameo in the film as a ticket scalper. And here's something people always point out. Aaliyah gets top billing, but doesn't actually appear until about halfway through the film. And yet, she completely steals it. Now, if you're a fan of Anne Rice's books, you know that this film changes a lot. The story is much more condensed and character relationships are pretty different. And even Lestat's origin is changed. In the books, he's changed by Magnus, but in the film, it's by Marius. And a lot of the deeper vampire history is stripped back in favor of a more streamlined, Rockstar-driven story. And I totally get why that can annoy some fans. But personally, I think this film was trying to do something different, and I really respect that. This film isn't about being perfect, it's about feeling something. It's about music, power, desire, immortality, and identity. It captures that early 2000s gothic energy that honestly, you don't really see anymore. It's messy, it's different, it's not what people expected, but that's exactly why I think it's special. Is it perfect? No. Is it faithful to the books? Not really. But is it memorable, stylish, emotional, and completely its own thing? Absolutely. Queen of the Damned isn't a film you watch for perfection. It's a film you watch for feeling. It's about what it means to be seen, to be desired, to be powerful, and to live forever, but also what it costs. And maybe that's why it still sticks with me, because underneath all the music, the leather, the blood, and the chaos, there's something kind of tragic about it. A vampire who doesn't want to hide, a queen who wants to reshape the world, and people caught in between, trying to understand something they were never meant to touch. And then there's Aaliyah, a performance frozen in time, powerful, beautiful, unforgettable, and gone far too soon. And maybe that's why this film feels different to me, because it's not just a movie, it's a moment, a vibe, a memory, and sometimes that matters more than perfection. All right, so that's my take on Queen of the Damned. I know it's not everyone's favorite, people have different feelings about it, but for me, it's honestly a very special movie that I hold dear to my heart. All right, that's my video for today. Please let me know down below in the comments your thoughts on this film. I know a lot of people have different feelings about it. Do you love it as much as me? Do you appreciate the soundtrack? Or do you not like it at all? Do you like Interview with the Vampire better? I'm very curious to know. Thank you so much again. Please don't forget to go ahead and click like and subscribe. And remember, don't mess with Jess. And until next time, I'll see you in the shadows. Bye-bye. Because if you've read the books, this is very much, it's and survive it. Fuck. I got it. Jess. I'm losing it. Oh.